Okay, are we starting?
Yeah.
Hey, I go by the name of Sdeni Poi KMG, and we are the conversation with Sdeni and Kamo. Now, ladies and gentlemen, on the conversation today, we got a special guest, two of my favorite ladies, Charlemagne the God.
Don't say that. There's actually someone named Charlemagne in this place.
Charlemagne the God and Tandega.
So underwhelming.
Yeah?
It's Charmaine.
Charmaine.
Hey, Charmaine.
Oh, no, Charlemagne.
Some guy.
My name.
There's some guy in the States named Charlemagne the God. And he's
He does
famous.
podcasts.
And he does
No,
podcasts.
that's my favorite. That's my favorite guy.
The one that just got me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know him, eh?
I
Yeah.
love that guy.
You love him?
Yeah.
Ah, good.
Sometimes.
How are you guys?
Good.
So this is Charmaine and
Tandega.
we are the chef.
The square.
The square experience. I'm the chef. Yeah.
How are you guys?
No, we're good.
And you know what? One thing I must say about you guys, your Instagram, it's so nice and clean.
How we try, eh?
Takes
Squared
the pictures.
_ experience.
Yeah. Squared_experience
Uh-huh.
on
It's
Instagram.
on Instagram.
And yours is one main _ chef.
Yes.
Dope. It's so clean, man.
We try.
Nah.
But
So you put details into taking your pictures there.
I mean, if it's the food, yes. Yeah, but if it's us, I sometimes get you. So.
No.
Speak louder. Speak louder.
Our photos never come out
You
properly
know,
for us.
one thing that I've noticed about this thing of doing the interviews is like when you talk to people off camera, they will be talking so loud, and as soon as they start rolling, they're like,
Loud as hell.
No, we haven't changed. We're still the same. We're still the
Alright.
same. Yes.
Alright.
How are you guys?
No, we're good.
Thank you so much for pulling up on the conversation.
I know.
I really appreciate it.
Appreciate
Great.
it, yeah.
We're glad to be here.
Yeah.
Tell me, where did you guys meet?
We met at culinary school actually.
Uh-huh.
We were in the same class,
Yeah.
and then we actually didn't like each other in the beginning
No, we didn't.
Why?
No.
because we were always competitive. So I used to sit on one side of the class. she
You used to
on-
sit at the back with the naughty people. I was in the front minding my own business.
I can see by this
I
spectacles.
can see what Tandega was there for the 90s.
I was there for school. They were there for vibes.
Umona got the brand. This one.
No, guys. I
they were
was
there
still the
for
smart
vibes.
one. I was the smart one in the naughty group, guys. At least.
You were not there as long as I'm passing, man.
No. They were the ones as
No,
long as
I'm
I'm
Which
passing.
year was that?
That was
2018, yeah.
So that was a while back. It feels like a lifetime ago. Hey.
So you've been classmate, was it for a year or?
Yeah, it was for a year, and then we worked at the same. We did our internship at the same restaurant, and then we went to the States together. So yeah, pretty much we've been
Doing
inseparable
everything. Yeah.
since.
We're
Yeah.
doing everything together.
Yeah.
And also when you guys met, your classmates,
Yeah.
then you become friends.
Yeah.
Then when do we talk about love then?
Yeah. That one is another story. It took a while to get to that one because we were like, no, we're friends. You know that thing? You're like, but we're friends. What if it doesn't work out? Now we lose friendship. Yeah, so we had to take that risk with you, as in, let's just do this because
Yeah. Let me ask you this. We will get to the food section, but I want to clear this thing of love first.
Yeah.
You know me. I want to clear this thing of love.
Favorite part.
Yeah. So they're dating, guys. They're dating.
They
They're
know
dating.
engaged.
They're engaged. Oh, yeah.
soon to be married.
Ah.
It's something of the past.
Yeah, that is something of the past.
Yeah.
So the time you guys met in class, was she dating?
Yes, I actually was.
Who is it?
I was dating some guy. I forgot. Oh, I didn't forget his name. But I'm gonna forget his name for this. Let's forget his name for this one. Just now he's on Twitter like, no.
Okay, so she was dating a guy.
Yeah, so I was dating some guy.
That's fine. You don't even. We forgot about him. He does not exist in our lives anymore. We are engaged now.
No, I was dating some guy at the time, and then things weren't basically working out for like the longest time with the guy. And I ended up breaking up with him, I think 3 months after we met or something like that. Yeah. I think 3 months after.
I was minding my business.
Like you probably was on some LC. I got you.
You see why I call Shalom the God?
No, guys,
I call Shalom the God for a reason.
I was actually minding my business. She's the one who came for me. Yes.
Who had?
Yes. Funny enough, yes. Me, I was minding my business. I was like, I'm focusing on school this year.
Oh yeah.
This year, I say I have to graduate. Much and step a piece.
Yeah.
That's what happened. I was minding my business.
Shame. And tell me, how do you then transit or change from dating a guy to a lady?
It wasn't that bad of like a transition because I've already dated ladies before. So it wasn't like too bad of a inconvenience, I guess, if I put it that way. Not much difference actually. It's like the same thing.
Look at the way she's looking at you.
It's the same thing.
Talk.
Gafana, men are trash, ladies are trash. Gafana.
Do you think that when did you know, Ori, you are not part of the heterosexual and you're homosexual? When did you realize that? Because you've dated women before.
Yeah.
Right?
So it was like, I think it was a long time ago that I actually figured out that I was just, I think, in the balance of it, because I personally identify as like a pansexual person.
Oh.
What's that now?
So educate my gang.
The alphabet gang.
Your alphabet gang will have you, eh? So pansexuals are people who are pansexuals.
Pen.
Yeah, like pani.
Pan.
Like a pan, but like, you know.
Pansexual.
Yeah, so it's a pansexual. Yeah.
What do they do this one?
What do they do this one? What do you guys do? Please tell us. Educate us.
What do you do?
No, so basically it's just people who are attracted to a personality rather than a gender, right? So it doesn't really matter what gender you are, what sexuality you are. It's just basically it's pretty fluid. You just attracted to somebody's personality rather than what gender they are, what sexuality they perceive themselves to be, or anything like that.
Oh, so you just like the personality.
Yeah, you just like you're more interested in their personality.
Sexuality. I like
Yeah.
that.
So it doesn't matter.
I think I'm that.
Are you going to that one?
I feel I identify as.
But not with guys. and what do you call? You know what? One thing about me, I like. Is it bisexual?
The bisexuals, yeah.
I don't know.
Bisexual woman.
Is it woman?
Yeah.
No, well,
he actually likes lesbians more, but lesbians who are more. I get you guys are like two types. Think you have
there's the butch and the
Feminine and the
masculine.
masculine.
Yeah.
feminine side of them.
Yeah. What do you call me?
You're just a man. At this rate, you're just a man.
Yeah, I can say it. That one is bigger than me. Which one is that one? I don't know.
I like lesbians. I like them. Like I find them attractive.
So we should just you guys don't have pronouns, right?
Yeah.
Basically.
Next thing you'll be like you and you're like, no, I'm them.
They there.
Yeah.
Her, she.
It's fine. You know what? I think enough about the relationship. We're happy for you guys. We celebrate you and or do you want to declare something to her? I'm not telling. But so you're never going back to guys. You're happy now.
Never say never. Maybe next day.
Yeah, but you never know what happens.
Yeah.
You can never predict the future.
You don't know, bro.
The future will surprise you.
What are the love of my life? Can't you? The love of mine right now. I'm joking, guys. I'm joking. I'm joking, guys. Hey, what were you saying on that YouTube channel?
So tell me, when does the love for food come through.
Yo.
Let's start with you, Shalamain.
The love of food. That started when I was a kid. Hey, like I've always been interested in the kitchen. I think it also stems from like my aunts, my granny, my mom. We've always been people who love food. So my earliest memory is like making cookies with my granny, cooking food with my aunt and my mom, like especially like my aunt is always the one. Yeah.
So the cookies you mean the kuku, ne?
Yeah. The kuku. Yeah. Rabeka. So I think from then it's always been in there, like inside of me. Like even when I was a kid, I used to try to cook food myself even when I was home alone. Like instead of making like eggs and bread, I'd be like, let me see if I can make pap. Let me see if I can like try to elevate myself. So, and then I just kind of let that sit back for a while because I was like, this can't be a career. Because I come from an area where we don't know Guti, you can actually study to be a chef. So I never thought, Guti, you could actually study for it. And then in varsity, when I was busy doing IT and all this stuff, all my friends are like, you're in the wrong industry. Yeah, and then somehow I was like, yes, I actually am not happy studying what I'm studying. So then that's when I took the actual jump to be like, listen.
And your parents were not,
I was studying.
Were they supportive about your career change?
I was studying IT chef.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
At first it was a hard change, but eventually my mom was like, yes, I see what you're doing. And whatever makes you happy, and I can see that you're actually taking this very seriously, and yeah.
And then
it also started like when I was basically
you're not gonna
a kid.
be at least to pull up on this.
Oh, sorry. This one is too far. So it also basically started when I was a kid. I used to cook quite a lot, and I think my first actual dish that I was allowed to cook on my own was that tomato gravy, you know, the one with the Kadi Raja, that kind of vibe. Yeah, that was like the only thing I was basically allowed to make at first as a kid, and then like all the time, and that would be like my go-to meal because that was the only thing I could cook at the time. And then eventually I started like experimenting with like different things. At some point I was actually selling pies in primary school to people.
So you made
them? I made my pies. Yeah, you don't know. I never like to talk about it because I did. Because it was a very dark time. Okay.
Is it also that 300 story vibe?
No, Muddy pie.
Not even. It wasn't even that. It was just because of boredom, basically. And I used to make my mom buy me puff pastry all the time in the house.
Where are you from? Sorry, where are you from?
I'm from basically Johannesburg, right? But then I lived in so many different places. Like I grew up in different places.
Where were you born?
I was born here in Sdeni Hospital.
Really? Oh, okay. Wow, she has money, mom.
She has money.
So
yeah, so I lived in different places. The moment when I was selling the pies, I was living in Rustenburg at the time, right? And I was going to school. I was in like Fields College, selling my little pies, making like really small little things. I could make like really like savory stuffings for the chicken, like shredded chicken, like vegetables, and I'll just use like the randomest things in the house, and I'll just try and sell it and all of that stuff, and then you get excited to keep it. Like I didn't have to do all of that, but I was doing it anyway. I was
It seems like some of the stories that she's talking about, you don't know them.
It's a dark time.
Yes, it's a dark time. You don't talk about them on a regular day. Like, hey guys, you'll talk about the other things that were happening there for Nelly Beasley or whatever the hell you guys were busy doing, you know. But yeah, and then that's when I basically got into the whole food industry. I was actually supposed to study to be a chemical engineer, and then and then my dad was like, "Hey, listen."
This one is just laughing. What?
No, I'm laughing because it's always I'm supposed to study this high end.
Yeah, you're supposed to study this, and then you end up being a chef. That's all the
chemical.
But even chef almost is the high, isn't it a high earning?
It's not in South Africa.
No, not in South Africa. No,
Really?
You'd have to be at the top to be earning like proper money.
Yeah.
At the bottom, 1 year. Get the minimum wage.
Get a minimum wage.
Get minimum wage.
Hey.
1 year.
Yeah. No. It's just that.
But why are you guys saying it's only in South Africa?
Yeah, because we worked in the States and that side they actually paid. We were earning what a head chef would be earning
here, and then we were
we were at the bottom of that side.
Yeah.
What makes South Africa not to appreciate the chef?
The chefs, the chef industry is very saturated. Firstly, everyone wants to be a chef, so there's not enough jobs. Firstly, not enough restaurants, and plus with COVID, it's making it worse.
And I think the country generally just doesn't have a super high standard of food in terms of like restaurants,
and
dining,
and there's not also like a
restaurant culture as a whole. Like people are very okay with like a lower standard of food. It's okay with that, and they're comfortable with it. So the more higher of a standard you create for food, the higher people will actually pay, and the more that you'll be able to pay your chefs in turn. Yeah.
So that's why your 5-star restaurants pay better than your regular.
Yeah.
But don't you think we have enough or too many 5-star restaurants in South Africa?
No, not enough that are actually breaking like boundaries and doing the most. Not enough. We have restaurants that are doing what everyone is doing.
Yeah, like
and then there's the ones that are breaking boundaries where they're like doing crazy things that are only done overseas, like in France and in America, whatever, all those places where they could even be on the Michelin star level, but everyone's just okay doing the regular stuff because it's the safe space.
Yeah,
it's the safe
and it kind of works.
It works and it's less expensive. You can charge Yana like more, like not expensive, but you can charge enough because you are technically trying to sell 5-star, but you're actually a casual dining space.
Yeah. So
Makes
it's a lot
sense.
of a casual dining. It's more casual dining in South Africa than high-end dining. And then when you go to other countries, they focus more on like high-end dining. That's why the Michelin group doesn't come to Africa as a whole, as a continent.
What's that Michelin group?
Michelin star. So basically, it's like the highest form of an award a restaurant or chef.
Yeah, it's a grading basically of a restaurant.
So like the guy will come review. You won't know who it is. It's like
they come as like mystery shoppers, if you can say that, like mystery diners, and then you can only do like tells as to who it is. Like they'll do like this thing where they like leave a teaspoon on the floor to see if your service is gonna notice that you left like a teaspoon on the floor and then take it out.
So who are everything those people? Where are they from? Where do they stay?
No, it's just random.
It's a group of people. It's like an actual company. Like
you know, Michelin tires?
You know Michelin tires?
No.
Like
they make the tire brand. You know the tire brand called Michelin with that.
Michelin star. So they
have like that the grading. They got into the grading system of restaurants. Yeah. And now it's the highest grading that you can get.
So we can create ours in Africa.
It won't be the same. We do have our awards, which is our South African awards for restaurants, and like they grade restaurants. I think the top 100 and top 50 or something
like that.
But yeah.
Okay, no, it's fine. Continue.
So the Michelin star is like the highest grading you could ever get.
Yeah, and it's either you get 1, 2, or 3. Like the highest you can get is 3 in like a setting, like in like a grading. And then you get like people like Gordon Ramsay who have like 20, however many, because they have so many restaurants, so they accumulate Michelin stars in all of the restaurants, meaning that or the higher the quality of the food.
The more you have those stars, I can't even pronounce that name. The more you have that star, do you get paid for it?
No, you just have a
proper rating.
It's basically a form of respect. Here.
Okay.
And you can validate you pricing your food to like whatever you want at this rate.
How much, like if you say you're gonna charge 2 million rand for a burger and you're a Michelin star chef, people will pay 2 million rand because a Michelin star chef says this burger is worth 2 million.
Michelin stars. I'm confused.
Okay, that's dope though.
But tell me, let's talk about this thing, the 5-star restaurant.
Yeah.
Like, who gives those ratings?
So there's different bodies that create these awards. So different companies do that. But like I said, the Michelin star one is the highest you could get.
Grading body you can get, yeah.
Because that's the most like. It's like in South Africa, the summers.
Oh yes. Oh.
As opposed to all the other ones.
Yeah, the summers are like in America the Grammys. No, like in America it's the Grammys.
Then you get all the other ones.
And then you get like the MTVs and what. That's the Grammys of the show industry. And then you get your little.
So basically, when you get a Limstar award, you'll be like a 1-star restaurant. Not Limstar award.
Eventually.
Actually, let's just talk about you guys. When did you guys start the Square experience?
It was 2019. Wait. No. It was 2020. You bought it for me for Valentine's Day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, she bought it for you?
She bought what?
She bought the name for you?
No, she bought me a company because I don't like
company.
register.
I love his on another level.
I mean, we always talked about opening a company. So on Valentine's Day, I ordered the chef jackets, and then we were still in the States, and then I ordered registered the company. So on Valentine's Day, I was like, yeah, Nancy, the registration company, Nancy, I'm a chef jacket. We're doing this thing when we get back home.
Yeah. Because I've always said that I don't like.
And then I was like, yeah, this is the money we put in already in the accounts, all of that stuff.
You had everything.
Yeah.
Like everything.
Yes.
Hey guys, this love is on another level. Imagine your partner.
People don't love, but you are definitely.
I'm representing Victoria, guys. I'm a perfect.
Like this thing people will normally say, or like when you date someone, you must date someone that will grow you, and that's the kind of the growth that they are talking about.
Like this is so beautiful, okay? How you guys inspire me.
It's grow a 7 years relationship. Another 7 years relationship of nothing.
After 10 years, but it's not working out.
It's not working out.
Me.
I'm dead.
I want to find myself. So you bought a company for her.
Yes, that's how.
So basically, you just registered the whole company. And why the name?
The Square. So basically, it's a funny story. In the beginning, the four of us, it was two like me and her and two of our friends. We were gonna start a company.
Yeah.
So it was Tandega Tepo, Charmaine Charity. So it was like we used to call it CT squared.
Oh.
Because there's 2 C's and two T's.
Yeah.
And then they didn't want to continue the venture. So then one day we were sitting and we were like, actually, the squared.
Let's just take out the whole CT part and
just
keep it the squared experience because it still has that
Oh.
that
So
catch, and
the
there's
squared
still
is like
two
a
of us
double,
at the end of the day.
And then that's
Square experience.
Yeah, so it's double shifts.
So what is it? Like, what is it? It's just like your company and your services is what?
So basically, the Squared Experience is a private chef's experience where you get fine dining and restaurant experience in the comfort of your own home. So like instead of if you want like a 5-star meal like you would get in a restaurant, you call us, make that happen, and then we leave your home like we were never there, but that's
nice.
Yeah, we tried to. At that time it was more of a peak niche for us because COVID was starting to settle in. People didn't want to go out anymore because of like that whole situation. We're like, listen, we can bring the whole restaurant to you rather than you going all the way out.
So what happened?
To your restaurant.
So what happened if I call you guys? You come with your own grocery, or do I buy grocery?
Most of the time, we'd like to buy the groceries ourselves, but there's clients that also want to be like, I think maybe they think they're saving on costs, but they're technically not. It's all the same. Literally. Then we buy the groceries. We come to your house. We cook everything. We prep everything. Like for example, if you're having a 3-course meal, we will serve you the first course. You eat whatever. We take the course. Bring the mains. take that, bring that dessert.
So it's a whole service thing. So we always have like a server around. If it's like really small, we'll just be the servers as well. We present every meal. We tell you exactly what you're eating, that this is what's on your plate right now, blah, blah, blah. Enjoy and have this and this and this. Sometimes we do wine pairings with it, and it goes really well most of the time with the wine pairings that we do. And yeah, we'll bring our own plates, we bring our own utensils, all of our own equipment. Sometimes we even have like a little setup decor, like we do minimal decor as we can. But we're trying to not like space it out into an actual big old decor situation, because that's a whole other cost. So we try to keep it very romantic and simple for everybody, so that you don't actually feel the need to get decor as much as you don't really need it. So it always kind of feels a little bit like a restaurant.
So does your relationship doesn't affect the business relationship sometimes? Like if maybe you guys have arguments and then you're working the following day?
No, not
I think what we in the beginning, especially in the beginning of a relationship, because we've always worked in the same places.
Yeah.
So we made an agreement between no matter whatever happens, when we're at work, it's work. If we have to communicate at work, we will do that. We will not be nasty to each other at work and let everyone see routine. Because then we're making people enter our space and say, oh guys, what's going on? So we made sure to create a very professional relationship and built on that. And then when we get home, that falls back. But when we're in work mode, it's work mode.
Okay. I want to ask this: the service that you provide, where you say you go to someone's place and you give them the experience of a restaurant, is there a market in South Africa? Do people actually call for people to come through and cook for them? Really?
Yeah.
You'd be surprised.
You'd be really surprised, and people, they'll do the most. Hey, people, the other time we got people who wanted like a 7-course meal in their house for like, what was it? 8 people.
That would be like a family.
People. Yeah,
like a normal family.
It was
a birthday.
They wanted a 7-course meal. They don't want to go to a restaurant, and they paid.
Yeah.
Really?
People will pay for such experiences, because going to the restaurant is the same thing every day. At least now you're at home. You can get drunk however you want, because if you get wine pairing and whatever, you can drink, eat, and then when you're done, you just go to your bed.
So you'll wash the dishes, you'll do everything.
Yeah, we do the dishes and
so
clean the
kitchen the way we found it, basically.
What?
Yeah.
And everything, so make sure, like I said, it's like you're going to a restaurant, but in the comfort of your own home. But obviously, we're not going to leave you with a mess, because then what is the point?
Okay.
So that's...
No, but that's part of the job.
Yeah.
The hours in the chef industry are
That's crazy.
But tell me, when you cook, have you been in a position where you cooked for someone and they kind of control as to like how you must cook, or you know?
Most of the time it's just before we get to that person's place, we always decide what menu, what would you like, so that by the time we get there, we already have those things ironed out. So if you want, for example, you want steak for mains and whatever, so like which kind of steak do you want? Do you want ribeye? Do you want fillet? Do you want sirloin? Those type of
It's like how I order in the restaurant.
Yes.
Then we ask you, how do you want it done? You have to ask everybody at the table, how do you want your salmon done? How do you want your steak done?
So
everything
is just 2 points.
Any high profile people that you've done?
No, I don't think they're necessarily high profile.
I think maybe in their own fields, sure, but not like in the celebrity field.
Someone that we would know.
No, I don't think so.
I don't. Are you guys not worried about your safety when you go to people's houses to do that?
I think it was just a safety issue during like COVID.
That's the only
we
issue
still
we
keep
had.
our masks on when you go to people's places, even right now, as much as like people are vaccinated and everything.
But I'm just saying, imagine now someone call you guys and say, you know what, come and cook for me and box back for you.
No, but before we arrive, we already paid money.
So it's not like you're gonna pay us after.
We don't pay us after, you pay us before.
And how much would you charge?
It depends.
Also there on the website.
Yes, we have a base price for a dinner for 2 or lunch for 2, which is 2,500 rand.
Yeah.
That's the
that's a base price.
Do you also do the weddings and?
Yes, we did a wedding 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah, it was 3 weeks ago.
In what's that place?
It's Calvin.
Yeah, it was very nice. It was gorgeous.
You eat the food that you cook at these people's.
We have to taste.
Yeah, we do have to taste at some point.
But we taste to make sure it tastes.
One thing I do I don't mind giving people food, but sometimes I always think about it. Or what if they get sick? Are you guys not worried sometimes about there's food poisoning?
No, I get that's why we taste also, and then secondly, most of the time we have dietary requirements. So we ask if you're allergic to something or if you can't eat certain foods. Or
but what would you do if you give someone food and they banu grab cholo? Yeah, but food poisoning. Food poisoning can happen.
I don't know. I think I'll just be yes.
I said why?
Why do you But I think those are some of the
those
issues
actual,
that...
even in a restaurant, it's the same risk that you're taking. Food is a very, especially raw foods, like if you're serving like raw fish and stuff like that, it's always a risk that you're going to take up on. Like certain things you can get or take the risk out of it, like chicken has its own bacteria, so you have to make sure chicken is fully cooked and all these things. So it's always a risk. So with the raw foods, you tell people, go to, hey, raw foods, there's a risk, Gucci. Your body might not process it the way you think it would. So just know when you want sushi and what you call ceviches and all those things, tuna tartars and what.
Confused.
It's raw items.
It's raw items.
So if you want those things, just know that it might not go well for you. But just know you will enjoy the food in the moment. Later, maybe your stomach will be like,
what are you doing?
Yeah.
Especially if you're not used to it.
Especially, but people like to try. The nice thing is people are actually very open more now than ever to trying new foods. Like now more people are into oysters because they're actually very nice.
Yeah, they're very
I
nice.
need to try those things.
The oysters. And there was that time Kamo took me to Barke Ocean Basket. She was like, you know what?
No, not those ones.
No, like
she was like, you get oyster. She was like, it's 20 rand. Yes. And I thought they're going to bring something that is solid in your
You shot. It's literally a shot of fish.
Yeah, it's a shot of fish. Yeah, that's a nice way of putting it.
It's a shot of fish. And
so what happened? What are you guys saying about the Ocean Basket? They don't cook nice food there. No, but that's your
franchise.
That's what your reaction.
No, so like it's a franchise. So
they don't watch the podcast.
No, it's fine.
Never know.
But you never know. But beyond that, it's a franchise. All franchises, most of them get their stuff like pre-frozen or anything like that. If you've worked in a franchise, you'll know. They do like mass stocking of stuff, and it's never really fresh. It's never really from the day. So even your oysters, they come in like basically frozen most of the time, right?
They come from another country.
Yeah, they probably come from another country. They're not even from Cape Town most of the time. So and then but it's been frozen.
You know how much
and
it's like go some fancy restaurant with proper statistics.
Yeah,
it's expensive.
It's
Why
like
not
$120
go
for two.
Why not go for $20 for what?
that's what I'm saying. That
It's not
a bad thing at all. But like,
But now you're making it sound like your stomach shouldn't make sure.
no, we're just saying that those aren't the freshest ones. The freshest ones that you get taste even better.
Then the following day, I think it's the following weekend, he kept on complaining and saying, it's just an oyster and it's only 20 rand. If you were to take Kamo out for lunch, she'll order oysters for $20. Now I understand.
We should have went and get quarter there. 21 quarter is dope.
Yeah, not these new school quarters that are 150.
Hey guys, what's the prices? The toast, the ham,
the onion rings.
She's throwing some shade there.
I know, like a beggar.
I don't even know what it is anymore. It's a good.
Yeah.
Guys, quarters are just.
So you keep it very simple with quarter day.
Yeah.
What is one restaurant? Which restaurant do you guys often go to?
We don't have like a particular.
Like,
we try to go to different restaurants all the time. But
our favorite is Wooden Fire.
Obviously, it'll definitely be Wooden
Fire. It's in Pretoria. It's called Wooden Fire.
Wooden Fire.
Yeah, that's where we did our.
That's where we worked. So
yeah, that's
there.
You know the standards. You know everything. You know how everything is cooked.
Used to work there.
Yeah, we both work there. So we'll go there anytime just to have like a meal.
So pay like a KFC.
No, not I order street doors too. I love KFC. Even the people at KFC, they know shit. I love KFC. I've won Especially them KFC, I never sure.
What would be happening to that Sopia KFC?
I bet you tell you what's going on there.
How would they cook it?
I would medium rare because sometimes I have medium
hard.
I mean, it's a lot of things.
I don't know. Defamation of character.
KFC monarch, guys. Like, I actually enjoy KFC. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just.
Listen, Zinger Wings.
I grew up on it. Like my earliest memory of KFC is like when I used to still stay in Pretoria and me and my mom would go every Saturday shopping.
Let's be honest.
No, it used to be nice back in the day. I don't know.
I got the rolls.
No, but
now
now supper thing is different in every province, which is a weird thing because sometimes
seriously,
you go to Cape Town, you gotta give minestrone, and then like it's never.
And even in PE, bro, it tasted weird. It was like, hi. And then,
go for coleslaw, go for that coleslaw.
Because that thing is dodgy.
KFC.
Hey, guys, let's talk about the wine.
Yes.
My favorite part.
No, but before we get to the wine, are you guys planning on opening a restaurant?
One day.
One day,
A very small one.
Yeah,
like a 20-seater, 30-seater.
Yeah, we're not trying to do that. Those big old restaurants things.
Where you have to book 4 months in advance.
Really?
Yeah.
It's gonna be cozy. That one.
Yeah.
You know when you're
fully,
you know when you are fully booked for 4 months ahead, you already know money's coming in no matter what happens.
Yeah, but I mean like for people like myself.
Excuse.
I want to walk in.
No walk-ins.
No.
We're on a waiting list.
Yeah.
Even like the short market club when you go there now, the one in Joburg, you have to book before you get there. You have to give them a deposit before you even get in. Before you come, booking deposit. Otherwise, no table. You can't just walk in.
No, never do that kind of a service.
There was a
spontaneous
restaurant,
person. Like I just want to wake up and go.
There's a restaurant in Cape
I
Town,
mean,
the test kitchen. They used to be booked up 3 months ahead at a time. So they would open up their bookings 4 times a year, and for whatever, then you book. And then if they're fully booked, they put it on a waiting list. But let's say Friday, someone cancelled, they phone you. But there's an opening on Friday for 6 o'clock. Are you coming or not? If you say nah, but
call the next person.
Yeah, but I mean maybe this thing's didn't tap it up.
Yeah, it's their own target market.
Yeah, you can't just.
And then obviously we'll have Nyana then. The ones where you just walk in, like body spray and
body cream,
creamy and all that.
Body tasha.
Yeah, it's alright.
Let's talk about the wines then.
Let's talk about the wines.
Let's drink the wines.
Started the Squid Winery.
Yeah.
When did that one come around? Is it a recent thing?
So, the wine thing has always been like at the back of our minds, right? For years. I think even after we started the Squared Experience, it's been like one day we're gonna do that, and then so that the Squared Experience can be like a group holding companies different. So every time you want to start a new company, it will be
under the Squared Experience.
So it'll be everyone knows everything that says Squared on it. You know, it's part of
our brand.
So when it was time, like we've always loved wine. I think like from the beginning of time. So. It was a no-brainer that
we'll definitely go into that industry.
2019 we're like, we're gonna do 2020 we're like, but COVID, last year we're like, okay, let's talk about this thing. We've been like putting it on the back burner for 2 years now. I think it's time to get it started. And then late last year is when we started like doing samples and all that stuff, and then we created a logo and everything's official. We haven't had a launch yet because we're still in the process of legalities and all those things. So once we get those things right, then that's when we're gonna be full blown out there in the market. So Squared Winery comes from.
But I'm so mad that we don't even.
but tell me.
Sorry, we're sold out. We're sold out. We got even sold out. Yeah, even everybody's been calling us like, hey guys.
It's
do you guys have your wines? You're like, hey guys, you sold out this week. We're so sorry.
One friend who buys 10 bottles
at a time, literally.
Do you guys manufacture it yourselves?
No, so we have multiple vineyards that manufacture for us based on the grape and the type of wine that we have, right? So we pick from different regions and all of that stuff, and most of it is obviously in the Western Cape because we're trying to keep it as South African as local as possible. Yeah, so we'll have some from Stellenbosch, some from Somerset West,
that's where
some from Paul, some from yeah. So I mean, what else are you gonna do?
so those guys they manufacture wine, then they give it to you. You guys do the branding and
yeah, we do our own branding.
Yeah, so you can manipulate the taste if you want to. So you can like send back samples and be like, hey, I want it to taste like this, I want it to taste like that, and then I want more of this flavor to come through and whatever. So you can literally.
That's like the best thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, so
I want to do it.
So you don't have to have all these machines and everything.
No, you need to have like.
No, that's how most of the gin companies right now have arisen. That's why there's so much gin companies in South Africa now. Then Penny Front that distills it, and then you flavor it with whatever that you want to flavor it with, and then you personalize it to yourself and brand it yourself and sell it.
That should be our project.
it's not like back in the day, or like a farm.
Yeah.
It's not like back in the day. You had to buy a farm,
start growing the grapes.
Then you
have to
You never know.
This family has a vineyard.
It's possible, this one.
You came up with the bottles?
Yes, I was like, yes, let's do this thing, guys.
I wish.
One day
No, we do actually have a friend who has a vineyard as well, but then they're making their own like wine. It's very good. It's very expensive. They've like upper markets, and we're just like
let's say 1,000
a bottle. Those ones are the same. They that at that level.
But we don't have the wines, and then we can't say how much is this one, how much is this one.
Yeah.
Taste them.
I don't know. I'll send you a sample in the week.
Yeah, and we do have like a price list with all of our wines on it, with all of the the years of the wines.
How many do you have? How many wines do you have?
So sometimes sometimes you have 5 types of wine, sometimes 4, because it depends. The other one, it's shaky. The Conceptual Blanc. It's very shaky. Or is it? No, it's Chenin Blanc.
Yeah, the Chenin Blanc. The Chenin Blanc grape is a pretty rare grape to kind of find, and also is very seasonal. So when you do get it, it's like you have to like seize the opportunity at the time to get it, and then at some point it's like basically out of stock.
All the time when we have stock, we usually have
do you guys do over me?
What's it though? That wine they use it in the kitchen so much. That's the one when they're like red wine.
That's the one.
Oh, like literally every restaurant have a red wine. Yeah, box here.
Yeah, box there.
Yeah, man, I got wine jus. I know very excited on a box there.
You lie.
Those sauces have a really red
wine sauce. I get in the movies they show you that one where they just do it from the bottle like. That's only at high-end places where they actually use a bottle of wine like.
But it makes sense because it's cheap, that thing.
No, it's very cheap. And it lasts
Auto Harvest.
Auto Harvest.
We used to drink those things back in the days. You guys love...
I don't drink. I've never
had Autumn Harvest in my life.
From Pretoria.
No, never in my entire existence.
And people in Pretoria drink Autumn Harvest.
Yeah. What is that one? I don't know why. 1 liter or sharp.
Happened bottle order the later so. We used to like it back then. We used to listen to hip hop. So it has the shape of a Henny's. And the Tupac used to sing about Henny's. So when we have it, we're like, you know what we eat. But it was difficult to get a Henny's. I mean, like in 2001.
Yeah, back in the day.
Where can you get a Henny? But are you guys detailed in wine? Like, do you like wine?
Yes, we live by wine.
Yeah, I can see there's too much details there.
We drink wine all the time.
It's like religious, basically, to drink wine. We also, even when we were in culinary school, we had to do like a little wine course, right, where we basically check all the wine
Taste,
grades, get taught how it's made, the whole process,
and how
and
to taste
it
it and
and
all that stuff.
how to taste for different flavors in your mouth and all of that stuff. And yeah, you have to get, I think, over 80% for that little test to actually
So
pass
do you-
that wine section. Yeah.
So when you send out your wines, do you also send out like a paper or a list of how can I pair my meals with?
Not
How
yet.
do I eat? How should I drink red wine with chicken?
Mm.
White wine, of course, not with chicken, but with beef.
But not yet. Not doing the we haven't
Still fat, she just like.
red wine, red meat,
Yeah, red wine, red meat,
white wine,
white
white
chicken,
meat,
or white
fish.
like
Does it
Malta.
matter?
Yes.
It matters, it's important.
It pairs well.
It
It makes
because
the
the flour,
experience.
it makes the experience better
Yeah.
and elevates the flavors of what you're eating.
Yeah.
No, literally. So we haven't done the pairings as yet because, like I said, we're still in the process of actually launching properly. So right now we're just soft nyana here.
How are the sales so far? I think you guys are doing good. You sold out.
You see the box signs.
You know, they're just everywhere.
Every week, like, oh guys, it's pretty rough. Come on, Ziku Pansy. It's every day we get calls. So do you have wine today? I'm like,
We don't know.
People like to call on the weekends, and that's the bad time.
You're supposed to stock in the week
Like
for the
on
weekend.
Tuesday, they wanna call you on Saturday, like tell you wine, and you're like,
But maybe you guys should have like more bottles now.
yeah, we are. We're planning on upping our stock intake, but for now, yeah, it's rough, man. Hey,
Are you guys big on healthy food?
Yeah, no, not really. But
I do like a good salad sometimes, but I'm not like every day I want the salad.
Would you guys do that? What's the
I'm a
name?
meal prep.
Chopped. This is chopped, like the competition thingy.
Yeah, I wanted to years back when it came to South Africa.
Yeah.
But I wasn't in the industry.
Would you make it there? I
And then
get
why
fast.
don't you guys enter the My Kitchen Rules or My Kitchen?
You can't be a
professional chef for that. Yeah, you can't have
You can't have a
a
qualification for even MasterChef.
You can't have a qualification for MasterChef either.
You can't have what?
Cooking qualification.
chef qualification.
Some of this
I
competition.
got
It's
a
just-
chef school.
Yeah, so they just
They want
want
people-
amateur
amateur
chefs.
cooks.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, amateur cooks. That's correct wording.
Oh,
So
okay.
when I got rona ba le apea makgobe ko ntlong.
Oh, I'm a good cook.
Meats veg.
Yeah, but that's
What are you guys?
Oh, yeah.
Because when they do the professional one, you can see the stakes are high. The stakes are even higher. Like it's stressful. It's more stressful when they do MasterChef professional because the critiquing is like, hey, listen, dude, you're supposed to know how to do this. You're supposed to know how to do this, and if you don't do it correctly, the criticism is high. It's the chances are this slim of you just going out. Yeah. You'd be surprised. You have to know how to do things perfectly. Otherwise,
Now tell me, in terms of the chef industry, is it competitive?
Yes.
Yeah. It's
Because there's
insane.
so many, like the reason it's so competitive. At the bottom, there's so many of us. At the top, there's very few. Because after some time, people sometimes give it away or like give up. Sorry, and move into something else because they're like, I am still stuck here. I'm not moving. So at the bottom, there's like
It's a saturated area.
So everyone's trying to like, yeah, I want to get to the top.
And who's at the top now? Like who can we think about?
I think you just think of like Luke Dale Roberts.
I mean, he's the one who's...
He's basically the one. Yeah, he's basically in the chef industry. You'd look up to
The chef
Luke Dale
of Mama
Roberts.
South Africa KMG.
Exactly. That's about now.
So
Wow.
busy.
Don't add us.
I mean, I know so busy, but
Yeah.
please.
But you'd say in the chef
who are
industry,
Chef.
funny chef is just
Does she cook?
Yes,
Hardly.
sometimes.
hardly.
She
does more social media than cooking.
Social media took over, but she still does cook, guys.
There's a lady, I shall forget her name. She has a lot of tattoos. Udulako, Finland. You know the lady?
No, I thought you meant Nigella. It's not Nigella.
Nigella.
Nigella is
she
like...
stays in
you meant the South African lady
The South
who
African
was
lady.
in Morocco for the longest time. Jenny Morris, or what is it? No.
I don't know if
it is Jenny Morris.
She's the chef.
Yeah, the...
So we don't have big chefs like...
We do, I mean, look, Dale Rhodes is the only one who's doing big things.
And Jan is the only one who has the basically
Jan
the
is
Michelin.
the only
Can't
South
the restaurants,
African
they don't hire the chef.
What?
All the restaurants.
What do you mean?
No, I'm saying the people that cook, the chef, ne? In the restaurants.
Not all the time. So most of the time you'll get the person at the top will be an actual qualified chef, right?
Uh-huh.
And then their side person is like a professional chef. Then the people underneath them are just basically unqualified cooks, like just random people who they train to be able to cook, so they can basically pay them underpriced or anything like that. The moment you have a degree or anything like that in the culinary arts, your stakes and your rates are higher, so you expect to get paid a higher rate. So it's easier to just get like random cooks and like
That's why it's so
amateur
saturated.
chef. That's why it's so saturated, because it's just
And
a lot of
Because-
people who are not
because
qualified at the bottom.
Culinary school is so expensive, right?
Is it?
It's
Yeah,
90,000 rand a
yeah.
year.
90, that's like a normal fee for
No.
UJ and you.
Yeah, but that's without any what you call it, accommodation. You take it comes.
Oh no, but it's expensive. 90 is expensive.
It's
Yeah.
90
normally
per
people are
year. So
paying
if we are
Yeah, it's
doing,
only
if you're
20,
doing,
30
if you're
course
doing,
per
course,
year.
if you're doing a 3-year
Yeah,
course,
because you're paying 90,000, 90,000,
90,000.
90,000. Some
So
of the
that's
schools
how
are like
much you guys pay.
150,000.
because I cannot.
But
Now my mom was tired of me. So
are they proud of you? Okay, but continue. Sorry,
yeah, so
I'm confused now.
culinary school is expensive, so now you're paying 90K
Uh-huh.
to be a qualified chef, and then
Yes.
your first entry level job you're getting paid 4,000. Now that's the issue.
But that's the same with all qualifications.
No, not always.
Not
always.
No, yeah.
Some people get way better.
Yeah, about 15.
15,000,
Because
10,000.
this culinary school is one of the most expensive things to do. And
It's
you're
like
paying
basically-
90,000 just to get earning 4,000 at the bottom. When let's say you're starting IT,
And you pay like 30,000 a year. And then your entry level is like 15,000.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, it doesn't seem worth
Okay,
it.
when you look at Peterson Gaskin Samar, he was struggling.
And they don't even pay you. Like the first year, most of the time,
Yeah, but the first when you do your internship,
they don't
actually
pay.
don't pay you.
They're not obligated to pay you. They
But
have
he's
to be
struggling.
nice.
No, you were struggling.
Katla.
The struggle is real.
I get money busy focused mama going.
Oh yeah. But candies or what? But why is it okay? Sorry, Kemji. Because I'm just thinking, if it's not paying, why is it that a lot of people do it?
Because it's a labor of
passion.
love. It's a passion.
It's a love-hate relationship.
Yeah, it's a passion thing. It's a
Like
labor of
passion
love.
trumps. So basically,
practicality.
But do you
Do
really
what
have
you
to
love.
go? Do you really have to go to school?
No, you don't have to, but it just makes life easier for you. So like if you want to work overseas, qualification, you can just put it there or yeah.
Because your experience doesn't matter that much overseas, right? If you want to broaden your horizon and get more money out of the industry.
that side, the culinary world is more regulated. You have
Yeah.
to get a food service certificate,
Food safety,
So you have to have
medical,
a card, like license, so
so-
that says you know how to work with food and all this thing.
Ah.
Yeah,
South
they-
Africa, after they give you a qualification,
They don't like even like food inspectors are not that big of a deal
That's
here in
like
South
they-
Africa.
but
That's why they
it's
come.
Oh, but do they really teach at that school? Do they really teach you like how to actually cook or the presentation? Like do they
They
go
do,
into
it depends.
because I know a lot of people that would say they've studied
and then 1 year.
and 1 year.
No, you know what's the issue? If you actually do, some people just do it because I'm into waiting. Some people actually have a passion for it, and if you have a great lecturer who has also the passion for what he's doing, you will take the learnings that he teaches you and actually further yourself. So every week you have a practical, you'll be like, to this time go this time go so that they can see what you're actually growing. So that's what we when I went to culinary school, I was like, hey, I'm here for school. As much as hormones, whatever. So every time I had a practical, my lecturer would be like, this time next time just try this, and I see where you were going, those type of things. So it's all about vele, the passion. Do you actually really want to do this for the rest of your life? Because some people want to do it for now, and then 5 years later, you go IT or go call center or go marketing, that type of thing. So it takes a lot for you to actually decide, this is what I'm going to be doing
I'm gonna
for
stick
probably
to it.
the next 10, 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
That's tough, eh?
It's a hard
industry, guys. People think it's long hours, unnecessarily so. Long hours, underpay, you're always tired.
There's a lot going on. You get shouted at. You get like.
That's why most of them because
most of them are on drugs. Like it's crazy. No.
It's so hard.
Yeah, the hubby. Yeah.
Super happy family.
We're still waiting for that hubby to be made. Okay. That's nice, guys. That's
so
nice.
it's a bit of a crazy time. That's why when you see like chefs on like television, actual professional chefs, you can see how crazy the kitchen is in the back. Like, when you guys in the restaurant, it's like at the back it's angry. It's just people swearing, just people screaming. It's like where the is my thing? Where's my It's just crazy at the back. It's just like a it's psychological.
Chef,
and that's how people give up most of the time.
Some chefs even kill themselves.
Yeah, they do. A lot of them do commit suicide.
Especially the ones with the Michelin stars. That thing I was telling you about.
To get to that level, the pressure.
And then you're there like complaining for my third star. The third star doesn't come. Depression.
Yeah. And then even with the school thing as well. Even with the school thing, that's how people end up not finishing their degrees or anything like that, because they go to the practical training and they realize that the kitchen is crazy and that they cannot take somebody like disrespecting them or looking at them like what I say or anything like that, and they just be like, you know what, no, I don't want to do it. Yeah, you just have to push through.
So is that what you guys do like on a full-time basis?
What?
Like cooking?
Yes.
That's what, tell me, how does your week go by? What do you guys do like on a week?
Yeah, it's all dependent on, it's never really the same, but like on a general week we have clients that are permanent clients, so like a monthly client that we have to go to every single day, so we interchange into different clients that we have to go through to cook for them, because you know how rich people are, they always want to chef in-house and all of that stuff the whole day, and we do like 2-course menus for like that particular client every day.
And then we have meal prep clients.
And then we have our meal prep clients during the week.
So they want like meal prep that they put in the fridge, so when they're eating they just make
Yeah.
that type of stuff.
So would you say you guys are always busy?
Not
always, but
most of the time.
Yeah.
Yes. And plus with the wine thing,
so
it's crazy juggling
every
baby and an old baby.
Are you guys looking for a job in some restaurant?
Not in, maybe to run. Yes.
Yeah, because we do consulting. Like what we did last year, we were consulting for the Portuguese restaurant that we were at the time. They were opening like a new vibier, younger atmosphere. So they called us in to consult and do their plating and all of that stuff. So we prefer to do that.
We did that for like almost a year.
Yeah, almost a year. So we can.
You had a question there?
Yes. So you guys last year, I think it was last year, you guys won the YFM hashtag put you on.
The put on, yeah.
And then was that the first competition that you guys won?
Yes. So the put on, it's a funny story.
Yeah, hey.
Because we entered in 2020.
Yeah.
Yes. We didn't make it through. Well, I mean, we made it through to the top
10.
20.
Yeah.
Top 20 and 10.
Oh, my bad, yeah.
And then obviously people had to vote. We didn't make it through to the next round. And then the following year, like guys, this year we're gonna take it seriously. If we don't win, clearly it's not for us. And then we did the most, like your event presentation wise. We're like, hey, because you have to pitch your business and tell them, this is a really viable business, and then whatever, and then they ask you questions and all that stuff. And when we found out we won, they even called me and I was on the air. They're like, do you know who you're talking to? I'm like, yes.
Okay.
They're like, do you know who you're talking to? I was like, yeah, I've been waiting for your call. It's 9 o'clock. They said they are going to call between 9 and 10.
Yeah.
So you came first?
No, there was four winners.
Yeah.
So we were part of that 4 that won, and then there was other people who won, but
That's
they
nice.
won like a second prize.
Oh yeah, Glennon winner 25,000.
Yeah.
25,000.
Yeah.
Did they send it to you guys?
Yes.
It must be nice, eh?
But on your, I think on your Twitter page, you said it's the second competition that you guys won.
No, that was the first. The second one was
It was the sunlight competition, the women in business sunlight competition that we just won now.
It's called the sunlight more than you can expect.
Yeah, they haven't posted it all the winners yet on like social media because sunlight doesn't post that much anyway. So
yeah, that one the prize was worth 200K.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the money physically. All of it.
200 was spread out into
different
sections.
Of
So you only get a cash prize of 80, and then 75,000 in terms of equipment, and then the other money goes to like the training that you have to do and all that stuff.
Did they give you guys sunlight? Can I please have one?
Give us sunlight.
No, one thing they were supposed to do.
They're supposed to give us
supply. That's why we need sunlight so much, bruh.
But
congratulations, you guys. That's awesome.
That's dope,
Thank you.
yeah.
Like, so that was like the validation we needed that we're going in the
Right direction.
Nah, that's dope.
Yeah.
You guys are nice. You know, as I was listening to you guys, I felt like I'm watching, Shark Tanks. the way they communicate, bruh. It's like they sing very well, man. You can tell over this one's they've been together.
Like, hey, you're speaking now.
I'm
joking.
Nah, this is nice, man. This is
they're turning 4. The conversation. You guys should come in.
24, ne?
Yeah.
Yeah, we must make like a party, but we must come here and make a breakfast and they'll cook for us to get people paid.
Wait, they're turning 4? Like, is it called
The
turning
podcast is turning
4? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
No.
Turning 4 years.
Yeah, that's what I was like, because even...
You bake 10 days of
Yeah, she can, but she hates doing it.
I can. I can, I just...
Me and cakes. My cousin is good at that one. Me, I don't do cakes, guys. Cake is that thing.
So what's your plan? Moving forward? Okay, let's play. For this
year, is trying to get everything settled in with Squared Winery. Maybe late end of the year. Going to the other third part of our business.
So Squid Melts, basically.
So Squid Melts, which is going to be an ice cream
brand.
Oh,
yeah.
When are you doing spices?
Maybe next year, Squid spices. The chef must call us.
But tell me, is it necessarily to have all these names?
You have to separate them.
Yeah, they have to separate the entities,
Why?
right? So that you can be able to brand them, register them, and actually sell them out to different places. So we can't just be like the Squid Experience, everything.
Oh yeah, it won't make sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. So we have to do everything. That's why everything we put our Squid is like the.
So are you saying this year we'll be able to order your wine online?
Yeah.
Take a lot.
No, not take away from our website for now, and then we should to like take a lot and stuff like that. So slowly but surely, hopefully by the end of the year we'll at least have provincial
distribution,
and then maybe beginning of the next year we're doing national deliveries and whatever.
Yeah.
So currently, when people want wine, they must either pick up or just deliver.
I actually love you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah. So on that, what do you call squad melt? Is it melt?
Yeah.
The ice cream.
Yeah.
Are you also gonna do those ones in Kasi where they put Magnum and Nobody biscuit?
No.
But have you seen it?
It looks too sweet.
It looks
No, ours is it's gonna be something that's never been
done in the country, so we have to patent it. That's why we can't take it out right now. Right now, so we're still waiting for our patents and our legalities and stuff. When we take it
guys
out,
are about to shake.
So
You're
you
going
guys
to
are pregnant.
we're pregnant
with the baby, and you're gonna.
So you guys are gonna come back. You guys are gonna come back and be like,
Actually,
guys.
guys.
Yes.
Yeah, you are.
We have all of them
Like chilling here.
I don't.
It will never happen.
Okay, we can't have all of them, but like
we'll have some.
we have some of them because they don't know melt,
Right.
obviously.
People taste it. You know, it's
Yeah.
Right, thank you so much, guys, for having us.
No
For
problem.
hosting. For hosting us. Even though there's no food, there's no wine. By that time, we're gonna
There's no
share.
water.
I did.
Nothing.
No, guys, it's fish.
And the
Thank
fridge
you.
is full.
Yeah. Nah, but it's fine.
Look at that thing.
The fridge is full.
Of what?
I still food. You'll never move out yet.
Your fridge is social distancing.
Mine is social distancing. Nah.
But thank you guys for actually having us, hosting us.
Thank you guys for coming.
How old are you guys?
I'm 27. I just turned 27 last month.
And you?
Yeah, I'm 23. I'm turning 24. Yeah, this year.
That's nice.
We're just in our 20s. Yeah. So that in our 30s, we're just relaxing.
Great. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the conversation with Sdeni and Kamo, and we're out here chilling with Tandeka and Charlemagne the God. This is the conversation with Sdeni and Kamo.
This one has me to get a little talk.
Imagine, but that would be nice. Imagine Charlemagne the God also.
You think
The money.
Man, that would be fine, man. It
The
would be the
dollars.
same thing as that guy, Barke Maria and Wanang. That would be nice. Imagine Charlemagne the God suing Charlemagne the God.
No.
Disclaimer.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the conversation is then coming. We're out. Hey, Tara. Forgot to give it out.